Hi, I salute you all, and it is a great pleasure to be here sharing this moment. It is an absolute honor. I cannot even say with words how I feel right now among so many amazing souls. And I would like to take a moment to express my gratitude to junkDNA for the invitation and for all the love and the beautiful energy displayed in this amazing virtual festival. My name is Clara, aka Pausa Meditation Studio, and I am speaking to you all from Chile, South America. And to start the conversation, I am delighted to read a quote by Ascended Master Lord Lanto, teacher of ancient wisdom and Chohan of the flame of illumination, and it says the following. The seven flames are part of the Earth curriculum about which you need to gain mastery and balance in order to qualify for your ascension. Everyone who has ever ascended was required to master these attributes of the seven flames. But what are these seven flames and where do they come from? Esoteric philosophy states that all is one and that the one manifests in everything throughout existence. If you take the Bible, for example, John chapter 1, verse 1 says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." Today we know that high frequency acoustic waves can be converted into light. And as a matter of fact, these are very recent findings published in the year 2009 in Nature Physics. In this context, Theosophy understands the term seven rays as a metaphor, as we are speaking about the spectrum of visible light, and to fully understand the concept, we must realize that the seven rays come from the One and is represented as white light. So we can say that the seven rays are aspects that arise from the one creator. And these aspects arise in the form of visible light and in the form of these seven different colors, different energies, different vibrations, each with very distinctive qualities and attributes. And these seven energies create all that is across the multiverse. One of the first authors to mention the seven rays was the Russian Helena Blavatsky, also known as Madame Blavatsky. She came from a very wealthy family, and at the age of 20, while living in London, she began to have visions with Ascended Master El Morya, and later she published her book, The Secret Doctrine. Another author I would like to point out here is the English female writer Alice Bailey, born in the late 1800s, who channeled Ascended Master Joakul and left us her book The Seven Rays of Life, together with the famous and absolutely beautiful Great Invocation. We find these seven rays in the rainbow, and as we know, a rainbow is a phenomenon caused by reflection, refraction, and dispersion of light, resulting in this beautiful spectrum of colors. Therefore, the rainbow is only white light. And it's very important to understand this as it is also related with the concept of unity that I mentioned before. And from this perspective, all the rays are equally important. Also, another important question, why seven rays? Number seven seems to be a very mysterious key on its own. Christians have seven archangels. The Kabbalah has seven Sephirot. Buddhism has seven Chohans. Hinduism has seven rishis. And in Japan, Shinto has the seven gods of good fortune. So, as we see, number seven appears in many cultures and religions around the globe. And the mystery that surrounds number seven continues. Universe has seven densities. Humans have seven chakras. There are seven colors in the rainbow, seven musical notes, 7 days of the week, and the list goes on. But back to the seven rays, as we have explained so far, a ray is a stream of energy that emanates from source, that carries intelligence, sound, vibration, a particular color, etc. Out of these seven flames, three of them represent three aspects of the one creator that are fundamentals for all existence. These aspects are divine qualities that manifest everywhere. The first aspect is the will of God, represented by the blue flame. The second aspect is love, represented by the pink flame. And the third aspect is the wisdom or the mind of God, represented by the yellow flame. So these three aspects, will, love, and wisdom, are fundamental, but among all, it is said that love is the energy that contains the truth about life on this universe and on planet Earth. And if you think about it, these three aspects have a lot to do with creation because all that is manifested respond first to one force, will, and then that force travels to the heart to be infused with love, and finally it ends up in the mind, and mind creates everything we see, what we call reality. I will make a short pause here to explain that these three concepts that I have explained so far has certain differences when we speak about the colors of the three aspects and the traditional philosophy of the late 1800s and the colors of these three aspects if we see them today following modern metaphysics and recent channel information. Those two visions are completely different. But we must consider this, as in my experience, it is crucial because sometimes we discard knowledge because what we are trying to comprehend is different from certain explanations we have heard in the past. But to fully understand these energies, our mind needs to be completely open so we can realize that, as stated by the laws of the universe, nothing rests, everything moves. So there are many interpretations about the seven sacred flames, the seven rays, and if we dive into the most popular books, we will see that each of them is represented by icons, certain principles, and attributes. But today I am going to relate these energies with the path to ascension and the evolution of our consciousness, as explained by Ascended Master Serapis Bey Chohan of the Ascension Flame. Once we awaken, which, which in other words means remembering who we are and why we are here as humans, Lord Serapis Bey explains that the first lesson we need to learn is to control and transform all thoughts and feelings that are out of alignment with our divine self, which means the version of our own self that is already divine. This is a huge lesson on its own that can take several lifetimes to master, and the ray that assists this process is the blue ray, the energy of the will of God. It is said that only the brave can pass this test because we need to be humble to surrender and dissolve whatever energy and whatever desire we have to argue. We can request the assistance of the Chohan of the first ray, Ascended Master El Moria, and Archangels Michael and Faith. The blue ray is the energy of discipline, of self correction. We humans do not feel comfortable with the word discipline, but ascended masters explain that there is no way we can achieve real spiritual progress without discipline, and that discipline includes our physical vessel. That means proper sleep, nutrition, abstinence from alcohol, tobacco, drugs, etc. And as Lord Serapis Bey explains, those who do not wish to accept this are not ready yet to become the best version of themselves. And I quote, the highest and greatest expression of God incarnate. Also, we can assist ourselves with some powerful blue crystals such as sapphire or lapis lazuli. Once we have achieved true mastery over our thoughts and feelings and self correction, we are ready to move forward one step to fully understand and master the laws of the universe under the guidance of Lord Lanto Chohan of the second ray, the flame of illumination and wisdom. It is important to point out that knowing the laws is not enough because we must infuse our lives with them. There are many ascended masters serving this race, such as Buddha, Lord Maitreya, Master Kutumi, and the explanation they give us is that this task is like planting and watering a seed to see it grow afterwards. That requires a lot of patience, but also practice and consistency. This is the moment where, as humans, we become skillful in what we identify as our mission on Earth. It can be art, music, teaching, whatever. Also, we can ask Archangel Jophiel and Christine for their support, and the corresponding color is yellow, and we can also include the use of crystals such as tiger's eye. Once we have completed the mission of the second ray, we are ready to move another step on this ascension staircase, where we will receive the guidance of Ascended Master Paul the Venetian, Chohan of the third ray, the flame of cosmic love. Under the influence of this energy, we must learn what is unconditional love all about to reach harmony, but not only for our own life, for all forms of life. That is why some incarnated beings come to Earth in very complicated environments with relatives that have tendencies that could be damaging to themselves or to others. Ascended Master Serapis Bey explains that unconditional love is one of the most difficult lessons to learn because this implies to love every form of life as I love myself and live peacefully. As a planet, we haven't reached this state yet, but love is the big lesson of the fourth density, and we are just moving towards that density right now. And we can always ask for assistance. Archangels, Chamuel, and Charity will always be there for us to help us in the comprehension of what is real tolerance, compassion, and understanding for one another. And also, you can use crystals such as ruby or rose quartz. As we have seen so far, these are huge concepts that can take many, many lifetimes to master. Once the being understands the teachings of the flame of cosmic love, he is ready to move forward once more, this time to receive the assistance of Ascended Master Serapis Bey, Chohan of the fourth ray, the ascension flame of purification. This is where the being seeking ascension must reach enough purity to see his I am presence, his Christ self. Here, the key is to work with our auric field and all our bodies to remove whatever negative imbalance we still have. Another of the lessons of this ray is discernment. And as a matter of fact, Therapist Bay explains that we need to meditate. We need humility, which is the silence of our ego to hear our I am presence among all other voices. And ego has many, many tricks, as he explains. We can also work with crystals such as snow quartz, and archangels Gabriel and Hope are always waiting for our call to assist us in the second major lesson of the fourth ray. And I quote, purify all past negative human creations and transform them into pure white light. After passing the initiations of the ascension flame of purification, we move another step towards the fifth ray, the flame of healing and manifestation, where Ascended Master Hilarion is ready to support us. This is the moment where we receive our garment of consecration, as they say, meaning that the whole mind body spirit complex is absolutely dedicated to purity and ascension. This is where our hands are infused with the flame of healing, and we take this sacred fire wherever we go using our previously purified auric field. Our lips can invoke and command not only manifestation and precipitation, but also healing. Our eyes see perfection in everything, and we are able to call this perfection forth. We truly turn into being capable of creating magic. The color of this ray is green, and we can ask Archangels Raphael and Mother Mary to assist us. Also, don't forget the use of crystals such as emerald or jade. Here, I would like to point out that not all healers are ready on the step of the staircase, what we just described. We have to use discernment. Everything that we have explained so far must be in absolute coherence and balance, and not only the energy of healing. Once we have mastered the fifth ray, we are able to move towards the sixth ray, the flame of resurrection, where the soul is fully at service. And what is the meaning of service? Master Serapis Bey explains that it is to put aside temporarily our human pursuits to be in service to others. This includes offering some of our time to planetary service for the benefit of mankind, and not only for the benefit of ourselves or our family. The important lesson here to learn is to include all expressions of life in our heart, becoming fully aware that the needs of others are also my own needs. Ascended Master Sananda and Lady Nada are here to support us, to train us, and nurture us in the highly evolved idea of selfless service. The archangels Uriel and Aurora are also willing to help us understand the concept of true brotherhood. And these tasks are very, very difficult for humans, as explained by Serapis Bey. This is where many souls have lost the opportunity for ascension in many incarnations. The color of this ray is purple and gold, and a very powerful crystal we can use is citrine. And finally, once we have completed all the previous lessons we have explained, we reach the seventh step of the staircase, the violet flame of transmutation. Here is where every atom, cell, and electron of our being is completely purified by the action of the violet flame. Ascended Master Saint Germain, avatar of the age of Aquarius, is the Chohan of the seventh ray, and archangels Zadkiel and Amethyst are also willing to support us in reaching our ascension goals. At this point, the candidate becomes, and I quote, like a window through which the God life flows with absolute purity, as explained by Ascended Master Serapis Bey. The physical body also contributes with grace and harmony, and that is why Ascended Master Saint Germain was able to look 40 years of age for a long, long time while incarnated on planet Earth. Here is crucial to keep your physical vessel away from substances that can change its vibration or alter harmony. When the being is able to fully externalize the will of God, is ready for graduation and ascension. If you want to use crystals infused with the energy of the violet flame, amethyst is a very good choice. As this ray manifests, they intersect. That is how densities of the universe are created. The seven rays are fundamental to all the diversity we see on the outside world. These seven aspects of the consciousness of the one creator are the basis of all that is, and they express the qualities of life itself, of consciousness. And finally, we can consider that these seven rays are alive. And to finish my speak, I would like now to leave you with a quote that I channeled recently by the Council of 12, and it says the following: each of these frequencies carry intelligence and can be considered living expressions that understand and know. The invocation of a frequency combined with intention is enough to generate a certain activation on the physical plane, which is always aligned with the process of evolution of each soul and what aspect of the mind of the one is encoded within the tone or color invoked. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of the day or night, wherever you are in the world, and please continue and join StarBloom 2022. I will see you around.